So I'm on Christmas break. I've been on Christmas break for the past maybe 5 days, I want to say. Something, or I don't know. Probably even longer now. I haven't really been keeping track. It's been a little bit of a blur, to be honest. But today I got a story about being geeked off X and outrunning a cop. So I figured that was a pretty interesting story to tell. I was wondering which story I should tell today, and it just seems like a decent one. So I'm doing what I do normally every day, and that is hanging out with people, like, chilling in my car, chilling at the square up in our town, waiting to see what the word is on, like, any bonfires or any parties going on later that night. So we normally have this one friend that does them, and then whenever we can't do them at his house, he kind of, like, plans it, and we'll do it at someone else's house, if that makes sense. So he's kind of like the guy that, like, coordinates everything, and, like, we'll, like, find places we can go to that people, like, chill with, like, having a bonfire there, and, like, where we can, like, easily get away with doing shit at. So one of my better friends, he was having one at his house in the town over, which was like maybe like 15 minutes away. So that's where we all went around like 9ish. I had to be home at like 10:30. So I ended up calling my mom because I was hanging out with like I probably brought like 3, 4 people with me. I can't exactly remember. And so I just ended up calling my mom. I was like, "Yo, let me stay here," and she was like, "Yeah, that's cool," because she knows the kid. He's been over several times, and I've been over to his place several times and stayed there and hung out with him. So like, my mom knows this kid well. So I stayed there. That wasn't a problem. And then from there, I proceeded to pop two of the X pills, And previous to that, like, I'd snorted it a few times. It like geeks me, but like since it wasn't like the best X, it like didn't last for like the full like 6 hours that it was supposed to. I mean, that's more Molly, but X is supposed to last that long too. If it's, I don't know, they're pretty similar. I mean, there's like differences, but they're similar with each other. So about 20 minutes go by, and I'm already feeling it. I popped 2 of them instead of snorting it this time. It's actually feeling a little bit better. I'm decently geeked. So we're figuring out what to do, and we were like trying to pick up some bud, because I had money for bud and I had money for wraps, and since we didn't know anyone that can get us wraps on hand, me and this dude had to drive like 20 minutes into town to go like pick up like, and since we were going like 20 minutes into a bigger town, I was like, well, I'm gonna get a whole box of wraps. I'm not just gonna like get a pack of wraps. Like, I'm not gonna like drive all the way to like, I'm not gonna like use my gas and go 20 minutes into another town for 1 pack of wraps, because there's a place we can go, and like they didn't card him because like he went there all the time and they even knew his age. Like, I'm not gonna say any names or anything, but they like knew his age and stuff, so they didn't card him. And I don't even know why they didn't card him. He just brought him so much business, I guess, was their, I don't know, it's whatever. I mean, they didn't card a few people, and then they started cracking down on it, and he was still one of the people they'd let by. So, on the way there, we were driving, we saw that they had a bunch, like, there's a cop checkpoint where, like, people were coming back on that road, and that's the road that we had to go on, like, to get back to the place. I mean, there's, like, other ways that we went, but they, like, had, like, a stop, and, like, they were, like, searching cars. Like, I don't know what they were looking for. We were both, like, placing bets on what it was that they were looking for. We had, we couldn't figure it out. Like, we had an idea, of course, but we didn't know for sure, so we knew to take a different way back. So we pulled up to the place, and I'm going there with the intent on buying a new vape, and then I was buying the Nova too. Like, I fucked with the first Nova, and I kind of wanted the second one, and my buddy had it, and I was like, this thing kind of smacks. And then we were trying to get a box of wraps as well, like I mentioned earlier. So, he went in there, and about 10 minutes later comes out, like, yeah, they won't sell to me. I was like, oh shit. He's like, alright, well, my dad lives right across the street. We'll just go in there and grab my stepmom. I'm like, yeah. So we go up there, and we pull up, and he has to go in and watch the kids for his stepmom, and his stepmom's like, yeah, I'm halfway through a bottle of wine, and he wants me to come and get this shit for you guys. And I was like, yep, just another day. And she's like, well, how you been? I haven't seen you in a while. Like, I've been pretty good. How about you? And she's like, oh, you know how it goes. I've been fine. And I was like, yeah, I could tell. She was drinking. She like she said, she was halfway through a bottle of wine. So we drive up there, and she's like, so I'm getting this, and then I'm getting this. And I was like, yep, that's what you're getting. She's like, alright. So then we pull up to the place. Like, it's literally like 30-second drive from this dude's dad's place. So she goes in there and she grabs it, and they didn't have the wraps that I wanted, but he got something else that was pretty decent. He got it was like mango passion fruit or something. It's like new, and I think it might be for a limited time. I'm not even sure. I think that's what the package says. So anyway, we grabbed that, and while she was in there, I popped the third pill actually. So like, I had 3 X pills, because actually I picked up a decent amount, like 17 pills for the real cheap, because my dealer had them. Like, he's cool with me, and I wanted to flip a few of them. I flipped a good few of them. So after that, I'm decently geeked, and me and him are on the way back, and we take the longer way back, and we're just like driving, screwing around. And when we get back into town, we were going on this like main road, and we passed a cop going like 15 over the speed limit. So he didn't hook a U-turn, but he turned, and then like started pulling out of like the little drive thing. He started like zooming down the road. So my friend gassed it. He was driving my car, by the way. So my friend like gunned it, and then he hooked the left, and he like blew the stop sign, kept going, hooked it down the right until we got like further down, and we are gonna go back on that road that we were on and like hook a left and get back to the other town, because now we're in the place where I live, like the town I live, and then we're on the way back to his town. So after we do that, we pick up some bud, or actually no, after we did that, we started like trying to go on the road, and the cop passed us, and he zoomed by. So my friend just hooked the left as he was going right. He couldn't U-turn. It was like a road where he couldn't like change lanes or anything, so he just booked it back to our town. And after that, I remember we bought bud, and then we drove around his town. Like, it's a really small town, but we were looking at all the Christmas lights that they put up, and like we were admiring how good of a job we did, or they did. You know, we were both off X, so we were all talkative and shit. So we get back and we smoke a blunt. We're chilling. You know, everyone's trying to hit my vape because they're all Nick fiends and shit. And yeah, I mean, I let a few people, but not everyone. I don't know. I'm not really like, I don't know, if people don't do shit for me, I won't do a lot for them. I mean, other than that, I'm pretty giving. Like, I mean, there's a decent amount of people that do shit for me, but I mean, that's a little off topic. So we probably all sat there and we smoked a little bit, and then I don't know, I think most people, yeah, everyone left and went to another person's house that was there, and then it was just me and him, and then we were still sitting around like the fire. Then we had like two of our other friends pull up, and they chilled us for a good hour, and then we probably sat out there, me and him, like the whole time from, I don't know, it was funny, we were gone from his house for like 2 hours, but whenever we got back, I think we sat out till like 3 in the morning, and when we went back in his room and watched a movie, and I didn't sleep, he like got like the tiniest amount of sleep, like maybe like an hour's worth of sleep, hour or 2 hours, so I got no sleep at all. And then the next morning we just got back up and went and we blew some more dope the next day. But that was the end of the story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know please leave a like if you enjoyed it and you want to see some more stories. Peace.